Personal brand is important in this day and age because the entrepreneur landscape has changed. It's not about who's the most talented, who's the most skilled. It's the most who's loved, who's the most hated, who's the most popular, right? If people don't even know about you, they don't even have an opinion about you. So you have to be known, right? Nowadays, we go see people argue about who's the greatest boxer of all time. And 9 out of 10 people will tell you Muhammad Ali. Not because they believe he would have beat anybody in the world that got in the ring with him, because that's not true. But it was about his personal brand, the things that he did outside of the ring that made him a true champion, right? It was the warrior spirit that he elicited every time that he spoke. It was the confidence that he had. It was his journey that everybody and every man and woman was able to resonate with. Seeing his vulnerability, seeing his confidence, seeing his ups and downs, knowing about his imperfections, knowing about his perfections, right? What he added to the game. That's why Michael Jordan will always be argued. We know that he was a degenerate gambler, but we also know he's one of the greatest of all time when it comes to the game of basketball. Greatest shoe of all time. Lost his father, right? These are things that I just automatically know about Michael Jordan because that's his brand. And now his brand is able to sell shoes, the same shoe over and over every single year. It doesn't make any sense. But you're so connected to Michael Jordan and the legacy of him when you put on that shoe, that you're putting on his legacy at the same time. That, to me, is personal branding. So Mike Tyson, he may not have been the greatest boxer of all time, but he was damn sure one of the most ferocious, and he had one of the biggest personal brands in boxing ever next to Mike Tyson. Hate him or love him. Mike Tyson is considered to be a warrior spirit, a man's man, an animal amongst men, right? Today, he has a podcast that garners millions of views and people still watch him. He's about to do a fight with a known YouTuber who has one of the biggest brands in the world. And they're going to make 50 to 100 to 200 and 300 million dollars. Not because of his ring. It was outside of the ring antics as well. He's been accused of rape. He's been accused of assault. He's had fights with drug dealers. He's bit off people's ears. He's told people he was going to rape them and beat them. You know what I'm saying? But he also, he did drugs. He had tigers. He went broke, bankrupt. He put out weed brownies. He came back. His personal brand is everything you know about the man, right? And he came back, and now he's still more relevant than ever, even though there's boxers with greater records than he has, but not better personal brands. So this is why personal branding is very important, because almost every sport that you look at, right? Every field that you look at, every area that you look at, you're going to see that the personal brand magnifies it because it creates connection. And people love things that they have connection with. Many people argue Elon Musk didn't create anything. He bought companies and then he branded those companies and marketed them and built them where they are today. They're arguing whether he should get $50 billion, right, as his CEO salary because he said that he was going to bring the company up to $500 billion and he wasn't going to take any salary. Elon Musk has one of the best brands in the world, literally. Everybody knows his different stories, the models that he was with, his political antics, right? The stories of Elon Musk about him being part of the PayPal mafia. These Tesla model cars did not change the world and they're not going to change the world. But that's the way that he branded them, right? And he came in and he kicked the doors down and he built the industry of electric cars, but he built it in a way to where he was going to allow competition to build theirs as well so that the gap can widen. But people know Elon Musk. He's on SNL Saturdays doing skits, right? He's with different rappers and different people doing all of these different things to build up his personal brand. Hell, he bought Twitter, a whole social media platform that is not just known. Twitter is now inevitably interlinked and locked with Elon Musk because he owns it. He understands the personal brand landscape, and his personal brand adds extraordinary value to his business to the tunes of billions and billions and billions of dollars to where he's known as the richest man on earth. If that's not enough to convince you personal branding is where you should start, I don't know what is. But for the people who have the smarts and the understanding that they have to be known, right, in order to grow in this landscape, what you do or who you are in some sort of capacity, those are the people that I want in the Good Influence program.
Are we low level or high level?
you're going to jump into Crownz society, you're saying that I represent power, I represent knowledge of self.
Stepping in the name of drip, get ready with me. Stepping in the name of drip, get ready.
I wear the crown to just symbolize, like, I know who I am, I know why I'm here, I know my purpose.
It's abundance, it's royalty, it's prosperity, it's energy.
Put in.
Yeah.
I gotta walk with my head held high because you gotta see this and you gotta see this.
I believe that if anybody wants to be able to protect their mind and be able to think freely, you gotta get Crownz Society today, man.
Neo after the blue pill, the color palette's all black. James Bond mixed with Malcolm X in my Che Guevara era.